We're live. Let's see. The IG still isn't picking it up, but we're gonna assume we're live here. About 60 seconds. Okay. So that's why we always have that like minute beforehand of us being like, "Hey, are we live?" We are live, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up? Hopefully, third time.
Hopefully, let's see. We actually this is actually I think the first time we've had all three of us technically on What's in Your Earbuds. Jason is joining us on the phone, everybody, and yeah, we are live. Cool. Okay. It only took us how long to? It only took us 40 minutes, but we figured it out. We're live, you guys. We're here.
Heck yeah.
Jason's here. Joe is here. I'm here. I'm gonna let Jason jump off because yeah, but hey, no, we got the live going. We're here, everybody. It's What's in Your Earbuds Monday.
We made it.
We made it. Sorry we're a little bit late, everyone, but welcome. Joe, how are you doing? It has been one heck of a week.
Yeah.
Or really 2 weeks since we've checked in with What's in Your Earbuds, huh?
Yeah, it's been a ride.
Joe, how are you? All right, let's see here. Yeah, so no, sorry, we're a little frazzled, everyone. This was so I don't know if you know about live streaming. It's not the same as if you just like do a live on your own personal IG. There's like this intermediary program that we have to use, and it's for whatever reason when it doesn't want to work, it makes things way more complicated than they need to be. So, usually it's like us two just like kind of being like, hey, wait a second, are we live? Whatever, this and that. But like ultimately we are. But this time, no, this was legit. We actually were a little bit early. So this has been over 40 minutes of us being like, wait, what are we doing wrong here? But
It's
anyway, that's that's a little glimpse into how the sausage is made, I guess.
me and you trying to go live on Restream reminds me of Wizard of Oz, like the man behind the curtain pulling all the levers.
Right?
Like,
Seriously.
uh,
Oh, but we're here now. We've got it, you guys. So, what's in your earbuds Monday? It's our favorite day of the week around here. I know that for sure.
yeah,
Um, Definitely, just kind of a lot going on in the world at large, and it seems like there's just something in the air where everybody's personal life has been a little bit clown shoes as well. So we hope we can settle in for the next hour and a half or so, and just kind of let our proverbial hair down, cut loose, and just have a couple laughs and leave all the above the shoulder stuff outside the door. It'll be waiting for us. But I got my purple vibes here today. We've got the cherry one. How you like that?
like so. This was a 2 day, like the day I had required two diet drinks. This was the cherry, and then the black cherry. Didn't know it existed until 30 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm not up on game. I have to look for it's this. It's the same zero sugar though, or is it like diet black? I mean, I like
It's
them both, but
Yeah, it's the same zero sugar, but it's purple. I was like, oh, what are you? And I was like, it's black cherry. It took me like a second to sit with it. And I was like, all right, this is fire.
no, okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up for sure. I'm definitely that's the thing. I'm a Diet Coke guy myself, as I've made abundantly clear. But my alternate, my one and my 1A is Diet Dr Pepper. So I'm for sure gonna have to look for the black cherry next time I'm at
I,
the store.
yeah, we are like, we always have a little mini fridge full of fridge cigs in this house. So it's
Oh,
like I let myself do one a day, but it's just like today was just like two. This was a twofer.
bro, that's a
So
level of discipline that I don't know that I'll ever achieve. Is just sticking to one a day. Like,
it's it's not perfect. It's not, oh, there are days where I stumble. I stumble hard,
now,
but
what about sparkling water, like your LaCroix, your all of that? Is
yeah.
that there's no
Oh,
limit on those? I'm assuming.
no limit. Like other than just like you get tired of paying so much for them, so it's like I'll limit because of that. But
Costco, that's the way to go, man. You get that I think it's a 24 pack for like $9 versus like at the store it's damn near that much for a 12 pack. Or is it an 8 pack they come in? But either way, that's this is this is how you know you're old when you're keeping track of the price of shit like that. I swear. But anyway, we got kind of a special "What's in Your Earbuds" for everyone who's joining us today. Today we're going to try a little viewer mail segment. So I had reached out on both the EAC. We have our own Slack channel. Now, if you're not an EAC member, make sure you head over to runtrimag.com. Like, in fact, do it right now. Don't worry, you're not gonna miss anything where you can just jump back into the chaos afterwards. Head over there right now. Sign up today. $15 for a year. $25 is it for lifetime membership? Best $25 you're going to spend. You're going to make that money back in discounts in no time, and you get access to our private Slack channel. There's some private EAC IG content that I made it sound like it was some like OnlyFans shit. It's I don't think you'd want to see any of us doing, but there's exclusive content is all I'm saying, and then great discounts, and then you'll also be the first to know about events like the Run Club Tour, things like that. We got a lot of fun partying and stuff set up, especially for Hustle in the Heartland. I know Joe's been working hard on making sure that that's going to be the premier event of the year, and it is. And I don't mean to put extra pressure on you, Joe, but I know you put your heart and soul into this thing, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, to that end, we have some submissions from some Clubhouse members, and then just some followers on IG too. I put a call to action a little bit later there, but I wanted to give Clubhouse members the first crack at it. So I guess let's just jump into this with our first submission here, and this is from Mindy, who is a member of the EAC. And
Andy.
Mindy
Yeah.
wants to know, what is your go-to song when you need motivation to get out the door?
Uh, that's a big question. Shout out to Mindy. Mindy's is a Indianapolis runner, and Mindy actually volunteered at the last Odd Duck running
Nice.
race. So Mindy's awesome. Also a fellow board member with me on the Indiana Trail Runners Association. But so shout out to Mindy. Go-to song when I need motivation. God, it depends on the day. Like lately, I've been I love Lamb of God. I don't know if I've said that enough times on this show, but there's a song called "The 11th Hour," and that song gets me fired up. So lately, it's been that song.
Okay, I'm writing that down because I'm actually going to add. I need a personal kind of motivation list right now. I had posted something the other day on IG about, they always talk about, discipline versus motivation, whatever. And yes, to a certain degree, I agree that discipline beats motivation. But goddamn, when that discipline account starts running low too,
Yeah.
you need some thing to light that fire, and music is very helpful for me. I know personally lately I've been listening to, I discovered, I don't even know if she's like a new artist or this is just one of my musical blind spots, but have you ever heard of Slater? Slayter?
I feel like maybe Julia mentioned Slater before.
Yeah, no, she's
What's going on? What's
He's
going on
pretty
here?
solid. There's a track called Self Destruct that's been kind of my go-to like get up and go song, where it's like, okay, if I can just get out the door and put this on, that's gonna be enough to. It's sort of like if you've ever driven a stick and you didn't want to like start it, so you do like the push start. That's it. That's sort of my push start, is putting that song on right there. You're
I had
trying to.
I had this old Dodge Dakota. It was like a 4-cylinder Dodge pickup truck, 6-cylinder, whatever it was. And the like the master cylinder went out in it,
Oh no.
and that's how I had, or no, the starter went out in it, and that's how I started it for like 2 months, just because I was like, I bought the starter and just like I was like, I'll get to it eventually.
Well, because it's
But
a whole process. Yeah, it's like a.
but that truck was so easy to push start. I mean, it's literally like just get it rolling and it would go. So it's like it wasn't that big of a deal, is what I'm saying.
For
So
sure, for sure. But like, okay, what if you're like out and about somewhere and it's like, hey, can you give me a push real quick? Or you're just like the dude in the parking lot, like pushing your own thing, and then you run and jump in the driver's seat real quick.
I could actually do it while sitting in the cab if I could just get my foot out the door.
Oh, for
And
sure. Yeah, yeah. They're not that high up that you can just. That's
so
awesome.
and that tells you how Midwestern I am. I used to like push that my truck. For a while.
Hey, it's only crazy if it doesn't work, right?
Oh, good time.
Let's see here. So Heather's chimed in. She's got some additions here in terms of songs to get up and get going. DMV Primus. Hey, Oh,
Yeah,
I told you about you. You heard that new Primus EP?
I've been listening to I've been listening to that nonstop.
It's incredible. I hope there's a full album that's going to follow up because that is incredible. It's what, 4 tracks, but
Tracks.
every single one of them they just knock it out of the park. And like Les Claypool, how that dude's got to be like up there these days, right? Because like
Yeah,
he was kind of older when we were kids, and he still just gets down. God damn, like
yeah.
honestly, honestly, he kind of doesn't get the credit he deserves just as an all-around musician, really. But yeah, if you haven't, everybody who's watching right now, if you have not listened to that new Primus EP, make sure
God,
you do. It is like probably the best thing to drop all year, if I'm being completely honest.
I think I listened to those 4 songs like 4 times in a row the day after you sent me that. I just kept it going.
Nice.
Obviously, the Pussifer collab. I've heard some. Shoot, it's like something fentanyl. I can't remember. I actually can't remember the name of the song.
Little Lord Fentanyl or something like that. Yeah.
So good. And it's funny. There's someone at work that I noticed has a Tool sticker on their car. Never talked to them, but I was just like, "Have you heard this?"
Nice.
And he's just like, "Yeah." I was just like, "All right." I just had to tell somebody. I had to like get it off, like off my chest. Like, have you heard this shit? Like,
No, for sure. And that's the thing, because it's like, I don't know. You would think that like more of the people in our age group would be going a little bit more nuts for it, but like it was a very quiet rollout for whatever reason. And again, I'm assuming there's a full album to follow at some point, but maybe it's one of those things where it's like, let's just throw this out now, and then 6 months down the road you'll start hearing about it more. But yeah, no, that one's incredible, and we got our technically got our Tool mention in. So Maynard, come on this show. We need like if anybody has like any contact info for Maynard or his people, we need him on this show. Like seriously.
have you ever heard the story where I guess Les Claypool auditioned to be in Metallica years ago, and then
No.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is uh, like like a wife. Is that the word? Or like whatever. I don't know if it's like a myth or whatever. But it's like I heard that Wes Claypool auditioned to be Metallica like before Kill 'Em All or whatever, like way back in those days. And I guess like James Hetfield and like Kurt Hammett were just like that dude's just way too weird. So it's like yeah, yeah. So it's like Metallica didn't deserve Wes Claypool.
No, and that's yeah, that's and I'm far from a Metallica hater, but it's like probably Les Claypool dodged a bullet there, if I'm being quite honest. So.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, but let's see here. Let's get back into our mailbag. I feel like a '90s talk show host. What were the papers? They always had like a stack. I
Yeah,
think that was just like an aesthetic thing more than anything else. But yeah, like Johnny Carson with the yeah. But okay, so now we've got, and I believe he's watching. Yeah, it's showing he's in here. Our Ryan Reynolds, the good Ryan Reynolds. He's actually got 2 submissions for us here. So let's go with the first one, and this one I think we can really kind of get into here. Um, what are cover songs that you enjoy more than the original?
Oh,
There's one. I think we're both. I think the light bulb went off for both of us when you
yep.
first hear this song. I think if you're of a certain age and into a certain genre, one song when you say, "Oh, the cover that's better than the original," the Johnny Cash version of "Hurt," which honestly I do like the Nine Inch Nails version quite a bit too, but that Johnny Cash version might be the best, one of the best covers of all time.
Yeah, he made like I think even Trent Reznor was just like, yeah, that's not my song
Mhm.
anymore. Like,
He did
yeah,
say that, yeah, for sure.
God, that might be one of the best ones. But I had one that popped up immediately because I would have said that one probably at least one of the top three. And damned if we weren't just talking about Tool, but Tool did a cover of No Quarter on like this like it was like a double disc. It was like a DVD of all of their music videos, and then like a bunch of like random ass B sides and like a couple covers, and they did No Quarter in that collection by Led Zeppelin, and I'm like, sorry, Led Zeppelin, like, but it was better.
No, and that's Led Zeppelin is a very sticky wicket for me because, like, goddamn, if I don't consider them like one of the greatest rock bands of all time, very problematic. But beyond that, there's a weird like kind of image problem that like the older you get, it's like, I don't want to be seen
Yeah.
as the Led Zeppelin guy. I literally have the lyrics to Stairway tattooed on me, um, but I still don't want to be seen as the Led Zeppelin guy. So I'm definitely gonna have to look that, because No Quarter is one of my favorite Led Zeppelin tracks, and I'm a little embarrassed to just now know that Tool covered it, and I'd never heard it before. But I'm definitely gonna look that one up. Let me throw another one out there. And again, speaking of problematic legacies, and we're not necessarily going to speak ill of the dead here, but wasn't the greatest dude. When Rage covered Renegades of Funk by Africa Bambaataa, um, I'd say they probably outdid the original there. Honestly, we talked about that. I think we talked about that last
Yeah.
What's in Your Earbuds, but they had an album of all covers, and they were all great. But I would say that one probably surpassed the original.
Oh, I don't want to say it's better, but okay, because like how much I love the Dead, um, but Sublime did Scarlet Begonias,
That's true. Yes,
and I don't want to say it's better, but shit, it was just like
it's up
yeah,
there. It's
it's
up there
like
for sure.
it's like a tip of the hat to you, Sublime, for that cover.
And I think the thing is, because you can also kind of wade into the waters of, there are certain covers where they take the song and it becomes a completely different song, where it's like, I'm not going to say it's better, but like, this is something so completely different that it's like its own song now. Have you ever heard the Typo Negative cover of Cinnamon Girl by Neil Young?
Oh yeah, that's really good.
That's another really good one for sure. Which again, speaking of problematic, Typo Negative, your mileage may vary there in terms of tolerance, but if you're cool with them, definitely look that cover up if you haven't heard it before.
I mean, I used to get down with hype. Like I've seen them live before. Of course, it's a bummer that like, as we get older, we find out that like everyone that we listened to was kind of horrible.
Yeah,
but it's like, damn it.
right. It's all we can do, unfortunately. But but yeah, no, that's another one for sure. There's so many, and honestly, that's the thing we've talked about before. Maybe that needs to be an episode. We need to do like a covers episode, because we could really kind of get into the meat and potatoes here of like, one, obviously covers that are better than the original. Two, covers that are just so different that it becomes its own song. And three, just like covers that you appreciate just for, being covers. There's one, um, and again, just, totally kind of going off the rail here. Oh, shit. Okay. Heather brings up a good point. Whitney's version of I Will Always Love You, which was originally Dolly Parton. Yes,
Or
that's
with
absolutely better than the original. And that's no shade to Dolly Parton at all. Um, we kind of debate back and forth just because we were of that era. Not to say that like Orgy was like this like great musical presence or whatever, but the Orgy version of Blue Monday versus
yeah,
the New Order version, um, both
great,
great.
really good live too. By the way, Orgy is.
Oh, I bet. No, I bet that was like, yeah. Like, did they just have the one album, or is that another one of those groups that like?
They they had two, but their second one was like it just wasn't that good.
Mm.
I don't know how else to say that. I was just like, let's see. Whitey Morgan in the '78 did a cover of "I'm on Fire," which was Springsteen, and it's really good.
Whitey Morgan. Writing that
Whitey
down.
Morgan '78, yeah, they're like a new age outlaw country that does not
Oh,
it does not sound like bro country. It's kind of a nod to like a West Texas like honky tonk sound with like
oh,
steel
nice. Yeah,
like heavy like dobro like steel guitar sound. You like that sound,
nice.
It's
That's
like if you yeah. It reminds. It's like I heard someone describe it as like if Waylon Jennings had full sleeve tattoos. It's like
nice. That's. Did you hear the I don't even remember what like anniversary of the band it is, but there was a tribute album for Bad Company. I think it's got to be what their 40th, 50th anniversary as a band, whatever. Um, but like it's a bunch of not just country artists, but like country artists, rock artists, whatever, this and that, and like global doing Bad Company covers, and it's they get down, and that's the thing. It's like we've talked about before. I always tell people you don't dislike country, you dislike the shitty fucking pop yeehaw America bullshit that Nashville has pushed on us for the past 25 years or so. But like country in general, like country eats, it really does.
Yeah, agree.
For sure. Oh, and then Heather also added, I totally forgot about this. This is true. So our daughter, for whatever reason, you were talking about Lamb of God earlier. She's got a Lamb of God Pandora channel on the TV. Like I don't know what it was. I was like in the back room like working one day or whatever, and like I just hear this music like blaring in the front, and I go out and it's like whatever, like you're dancing getting that one. No, she's just sitting there like drawing in her like sketchbook and like just blasting Lamb of God through like the whole, and it's like damn, okay, I didn't even know you. It's one of those things where it's like your kids just kind of pick up on musical taste that it's like I don't even remember showing you this, but it's awesome that you picked up on it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
respect.
exactly. Let's see here, and then okay, here's our second question from Ryan Reynolds. So he would like to know: is there an artist that you didn't like in the past but have changed your mind on? For example, I wasn't a fan of Pink in the past, but she has so many great running songs. I've come around on her music. Pink is a good example there, in fact.
Yeah. Um, I didn't always like Oasis, and I'm still like not the biggest fan of them, but I'm like, but it's like I can be like, all right, respect to you for like what they did, I guess. And I think that's I wasn't always a Taylor Swift fan, but like now I can get down with Taylor Swift now.
I can appreciate Taylor Swift. I think I liked Taylor Swift the older stuff a bit better when it was kind of this more poppy pop country whatever. I was just saying pop country sucks, but like that was there was something to that sound. I still don't dislike Taylor Swift, but I certainly wouldn't call myself like a Swiftie, but I'm not a hater either. But Oasis, that's an interesting one because Oasis, I kind of find there's a couple bands like that. Weezer is another one that comes to mind right away, where it's like you're not allowed to just kind of be down the middle on them. You have to either like think they're the greatest thing since sex, or oh my god, they suck so hard. And it's like I don't have a strong opinion on them either way. Both Oasis and Weezer, I like their work well enough, but I'm not like by any means like I know you've encountered some of those like those Weezer fans where it's like it's not enough for them to like it, like they get mad at you if you don't like it as much as they do.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Like,
like, oh, we've lost Joe. He'll be back. This is
yeah,
what I'm saying. Okay, there we are.
but yeah, like, yeah, you're right though. It's like there are Weezer fans who like I'm a Weezer fan, so I've never had it directed towards me. But there are Weezer fans that get salty if you don't like Weezer the same amount.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, I'm not even saying I dislike Weezer. I like Weezer, but like I can't in good conscience sit here and say that they're like my favorite band ever or whatever. Like if that's you, I love that for you, and I don't even mean that in an insulting way. But like, why are you mad at me because I don't feel the same way? So
I mean, you should hear how people react to him when I tell them I'm like I like with the Beatles. It's like I could take them or leave them. But it's
that's another one. Absolutely.
but I respect the fact that the Beatles are like they like influenced a generation of music. So it's like I'm not saying they suck. Like I couldn't say that like at all.
Yeah.
Like phenomenal. There are some Beatles covers, which talk about covers. There are some covers of Blackbird, but like they are just so good.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like when like Paul McCartney did it, it's just like, it's okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's I find the Beatles to be enjoyable, but again, I it's like, am I listening to this wrong or whatever? Or like when people are like, "Oh, this is the greatest," what? Have you listened to a lot of music? Like that's kind of where I'm at with it. Where if you like it, you like it, and that's wonderful. But at the same time, like I'm not hearing what you're hearing here. Like I don't dislike the Beatles, and like you said, I have an appreciation for their broader impact because they did absolutely, influence an entire generation who then in turn, their influence is still being felt, put it that way. The
Yeah.
Beatles are one of the most influential bands of all time. I'm not going to deny that. But at the same time, it's like, what are we doing here? If this is like your absolute favorite, that's wonderful. But like, how are you gonna act like it's weird if somebody says that that's not the case for them? You know,
Oh
like,
yeah, I've caught all kinds of shit over it too. I'm just like, I've tried. I have forced it. I've tried to like them more, but it's
they've
just not there.
actually, yeah, and honestly, I'll put them in that category of where they've kind of grown on me a bit. It was never like, oh, I fucking hate the Beatles, but like I do have more of an appreciation for them as I get older. But I don't know, maybe when I'm like 100, talk to me and I'll be like, oh, I finally see it and they're the greatest band of all time or whatever. Maybe that's how it works, but I'm just not there yet. I'm trying to think of like who else though, just in terms of groups that like I didn't like that I came around to. There was a time where I did kind of warm up to Drake, um, but no, man, Drake sucks. Um, so it was definitely sort of a bell curve for me where it's like Drake sucks. They play him so much on the radio that's like, I can get down to his like radio stuff, whatever. I'm still not downloading any of his shit, whatever. But then, yeah, with the whole like Kendrick thing, whatever. Even then, it's like just sit and hold your L, and then come back next summer with whatever your summer anthem is going to be, and we'll all listen to it on the radio, and we'll all sing along when we hear it out in public or whatever. But very, very try hard shit. And why are you naming your album Iceman at a time like this? You know what you're doing. So
Oh,
yeah, no, Drake sucks. I can't even put him in that category anymore. But there's got to be. I'm sure there's like more than a few artists where it's like I disliked them at first, and it's like no, I just need to listen to a little bit more.
hmm. Yeah, I have to think on that one. Yeah, I can't think of anything.
I know. Why am I drawing like a total blank right now? I'd say maybe some of the more like weird, like crunchy West Coast kind of hippy dippy, uh, very sort of appropriating, reggae sounding, whatever from like the '90s. That you had a couple of those groups that like, yeah, okay, I can get down with like slightly stupid. Um, well, Pepper I always liked. I never had a like Pepper sucks face. Pepper was always dope. But like, yeah, I'll throw slightly stupid out there as one where it's like, oh, these guys are trying way too hard at first. But I don't know. Maybe it's just you hear it played at like parties and out drinking and whatever enough that it's like, oh no, I see it now. So that'll be mine. Is slightly stupid for sure.
I guess maybe I've had like a genre where I didn't like it at first, and then I started to like it because like I didn't really get a lot of like mumble rap until like, but see, like my son likes like all the like not like oh god, he doesn't really, he likes more of like the underground stuff,
For sure.
and he'll play like all these songs. He's like, check this out, check this out. Some of it's like but like there's been some that he's played from like, all right, like I could fuck with this. Like this is good. Like some of the newer rap that he like, because he listens to like Cemetery or like some other stuff or like Tokyo's Revenge.
I have,
Like
yeah. Tokyo's Revenge is solid. Yeah, yeah.
dude, like that guy goes so hard.
You
And at
into
first,
Suicide Boys?
yeah, yeah. And that and that made me start to go down the road of listening to like Tech Nine, who I never really gave much of a chance. He was always like in other songs, but like to actually listen to his songs, I'd never done that before. So maybe that's something that counts.
No, Tech Nine I dig, and again, going back to our conversation from last time, I appreciate that Tech Nine did it all indie as well. Tech Nine's always just kind of been like one of those. It's like always been there. I don't think I've ever really like sat down and like really had like a Tech Nine listening session or whatever. But like, I've always had an appreciation, and he is one of those artists that like the more you hear, it's like, oh no, this is cool. And then again, the fact that he's done this, without being beholden to a label or whatever, is even cooler for sure. Let's see here. All right. Oh, and okay, so Ryan's answering his own question, but he says Fallout Boy. Fallout, that's a good one for sure, for sure. I don't know that I ever like disliked Fallout Boy, but I probably listen to Fallout Boy now more often than when they were like at their peak. Just because again, it is really great running music. So.
Yeah, yeah.
And then let's see here. What is okay? Massachusetts Miss Amazing. Welcome. What
Hello.
is your take of In Ear earbuds during road races. I wear them.
Yeah, I mean, I won't. I won't for running, but because there's like single track is a thing, and so and I don't want to be like I've been behind someone trying to go around them and they had earbuds in, I couldn't get around them, and I don't want to be that person. So that's me. That's running. That's different than road running. Yeah, sure. I mean, I've worn them for road races and trail
Honestly,
races. If it's in the track, but
and that's the thing. I find it actually makes it a bit easier. I know sometimes if I'm just like kind of starting to feel the tank emptying out or whatever it is, if like the right song comes on, you do kind of catch that second wind. So I
yeah,
definitely I enjoy it personally. Now I don't know if the question was in earbuds versus like the open ear ones, which those are for safety reasons they're better. I prefer in earbuds myself, but
oh, yeah.
Shocks, if you want to hook us all up, you know what I'm saying? I'll wear them at my
Yeah,
next race.
I don't think I answered the question. Mine are like in there. I just have like CVS special, like
Hey,
$20.
it works just as good. I've got AirPods, but I use them for everything, and that is always like my biggest fear. Is like, okay, what if I or because like at the end of the race, I'll take them out and put them in my pocket, and it's all like sweaty and gross. It's like, oh no, what if I just ruined my, whatever. So I think it probably would be better to at least if you're starting out, if you're thinking you want to see whether or not earbuds are for you when you're racing, definitely just get a nice cheap. Yeah, like you said, CVS or Five Below. I actually had a pair. I don't know why I was like stranded somewhere, and I don't know why I needed earbuds specifically. Very weird thing. Ducked into Five Below, like legit a $5. Now they build quality wasn't the greatest. They did not last very long, but for the purpose I needed them for, and I had them for a while afterwards. It's like, oh shit, for like I don't think they were $5 because like all the dollar stores lie about their prices now, but still they were like maybe $9. So not the end of the world. And it's like if you get one race out of them, you've probably gotten your $9 worth anyway.
Yeah. So like a year ago, I was running trail with earbuds in, not single track. It's like a nice manicured path, and one of my earbuds just like straight up fell out of my ear and like went into the lake that was next to me.
Oh no.
So I was like, I tried to find it. Obviously, it's like I couldn't find it, but I stopped like the next time I went to go for like a longer run. I stopped at the Walgreens down the street from my house and just like quickly grabbed a quick set of earbuds and checked out and like whatever. And I didn't realize that they were the voice themed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So, so every single time I use them, I was like, "This is the voice." Like every time, and I was just like, and I'm so cheap, I'm so frugal. I was just like, I just want these to die so I can get rid of because
No, no,
they
I'm the same way. I'm terrible about that. And it's like, I don't even like consider myself like frugal or what, but it's like, no, if they still work, there's
yeah,
no reason for me to replace them. Like it's perfect, even though this is like annoying the shit out of me. And it like, I didn't spend that much money on it initially and whatever, I could stuff them in a drawer and have them be a backup. What I could get, but like, no, I need these to die first before I replace them. I'm the same way.
but it was like every time, even when I would pick them up, my wife would start singing it. So it's like this inside joke. And it's like then just one day on my run home from work, it finally downpoured so hard that it killed them. Like in my head, like it rained that hard.
Oh damn! Like you heard them just.
Yeah. So I was just like, thank you. Like I'll pay attention to cases this time.
Now, what are your thoughts on running with over-ear headphones? I've done it before. I don't like it, but like I see people like out running fucking marathons and shit, and it's like respect. Like your neck has to be dying at the end. I don't care how light they are, just balancing that on your head.
Yeah,
Like
I could never do it. Like maybe if I was lifting I could do like over the
yeah,
but
yeah,
no way. That would drive me insane. I would probably be like I'd probably be really sweaty. Like I would guess. I don't know.
yeah. That's the other thing because like I have like for editing, I have some good like well not good, but the beats the where are they the pro or like the actual like mixing ones, not like beats
Yeah.
beats. Um, but they're old now. But like those things must weigh like 5 pounds. It's like I hate just sitting wearing them. I couldn't imagine like actually running in something like that. So
Same. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
No, absolutely not. Let's see here. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Adam. Adam says he would overheat with over-ear headphones.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. That's the other thing. Like you were saying, you get hella sweaty, and it's got that. I don't know. I'm sure like there's some like real fancy ones that have like real leather, but the like pleather. After a while, it's just my ears would be swimming in like sweat and grossness and whatever. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But that's what I'm saying. I do have mad respect for the runners that I see who are out doing that. It's like maybe you've just got your technique perfected or whatever, but that would be torture by the end for me.
Yeah.
It is wild to think about back in the day, and I did it, and it's like, how the hell did we do it? The wired earbuds. You'd have, of course, you'd get the ones with like the long ass wire, but it was like whipping everywhere. Even if you had it in like a belt, or I never did the armband thing. I can't do it. Um, but like, still, the cable management.
I don't. I remember what I used to do because so like shove my disc. I had wore Jinko pants, so it was like the pocket.
Nice.
I would
Yes.
I would shove my Discman in that front pocket, but then I would put like the wire underneath my shirt because like somehow I used to ride my. I had a Dyno VFR. I worked an entire summer for this badass bike. I had moon pegs. I could like spin the handlebars. Like it had like the swivel
Oh, so
neck
you
where
had like the legit like BMX setup.
it
This wasn't like a Walmart special. This was like you built this thing, huh?
had like the dice air caps. Like it was
Nice. Yes.
and like I used to ride around town with those headphones, like all, like wired headphones, and like I remember there was a few times though, like I got caught on like a handlebar or something, but somehow I survived all that and never really, yeah,
Oh, well, yeah, I mean that was back in the day for sure. Do you remember it wasn't Jan Sports, was it the Nike backpacks or whatever? God, I wanted one of those so bad. Where it had the
yeah,
little pocket for your Discman and then there was a hole in the top that you could run the cable through. Never did
yeah,
end up getting one of those, but yeah, that was for sure. Or if you had the big like puffer jackets, you could like you said run the wire up through your jacket. But yeah, for sure.
yeah, that was the move. That was the move. Oh, good times.
All right, and so now Heather is telling us that some of Marina's K-pop she's come around to. That's true, yes, and that's I'll admit it took me a while to warm up to K-pop, and I'm not one to like shit on any genre because there's got to be something there for me. I mean, unless you're talking some real weird, whatever. Like I'm not gonna listen to like. I mean, honestly, you can't even say like Christian rock, whatever this and that, because like I mean, POD sucked, but like there was some catchy. But I never liked it, but I didn't like it. I'm sure there was even like Christian rock, is what I'm saying. The larger point being, yeah, K-pop I had a hard time warming up to, but I did get into like Blackpink and still not like. Please don't like kill me. I know they have a very rabid fan base. Like maybe just like drop a suggestion of what I should be listening to warm up to them. But BTS, the BTS Oreos though, by the way, elite flavor of the year. I'm calling it right now. Um, if you have not tried them yet, get to wherever your local purveyor of Oreos is. Don't even waste your time buying one pack. Double up at least. You're gonna go through a whole pack in like 2 days. So, but yeah, all that to say, for sure, K-pop as a genre is one that it took me a while to warm up to. But I see the appeal now. I do, and that's the other thing. It's like it would be kind of weirder, I think, as like me as like an old toad to just like jump in right away and be like, yeah, K-pop, whatever, doing the little K-pop hearts and this and that and whatever. Like I'm far too old for that. But I have an appreciation for it, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like I've had some K-pop like sent to me, and I was just like, yeah, like I wouldn't have like maybe gone out of my way to like look it up, but I'm like, I'm glad I listened to this.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, exactly. Yeah, it serves its purpose, 1,000,000%. Let's see here. Okay, and Karen Hansen, we have our final viewer mail entry here, and this is funny. Now we've come full circle, but this is just more of a comment than a question. She just wanted to say, Johnny Cash covering Nine Inch Nails hurt, can't be topped. So there we
yeah,
are once again. Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. There are certain covers that, well, Trent Reznor said it. it's Johnny Cash's song, and it really is. I remember I had a boss years and years ago. I worked at this restaurant in Napa, and he ain't listening. I'll say his name. Anyway. He was the kind of dude that like he'd call, you'd have to say his whole name. So
Oh God.
you see work calling, and it's like, I know it's work, whatever, and you're just early 20s hungover and whatever. Oh, this is Jeremiah Lancelot Peck from Fish Story Restaurant. I was just wondering, what's your availability like for this? Anyway, one day we're having this conversation, and because he was a big like he was very like square like that, like professional, but like once you get to know him, he was pretty cool. But he was a big like music guy, so we'd have conversations like this a lot. And I was very surprised that he was talking to somebody about that particular track, and I didn't realize there were people who thought Nine Inch Nails was covering Johnny Cash with that. So that's how much it became Johnny Cash's song right there. But yeah, we both kind of looked at each other like, wait, did this person just say what we thought they did? So yeah. But yeah, no, that may be. I guess maybe that's the ultimate cover of all time, right there. If we had to come back to it in comments here,
I honestly don't think I can think of a better cover.
I don't know that I can.
So I agree. God, who
Yeah.
put that together? What the producer? Crap, how am I forgetting this? Uh, God, like one of the biggest music producers ever.
Who? Rick Rubin?
Rick Rubin. God, why? How did I forget about Rick Rubin? What an interesting dude, too.
He's wild. He is. It's you ever see some of those interviews he's done with like other musicians and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
I don't it's one of those things where you can sit here and it's not even like, oh, I want this dude's life for like the money and whatever this and that, but just it would really be interesting to spend a day in his shoes and just kind of have that perspective of the industry, because it's not even like what he is beyond like a power player in the industry. He's like kind of like a load bearing pillar of the industry. Like music must be a completely different thing to him than it is to any of us, and it would really be interesting to kind of kind of view it through his eyes. Just the not even just the overall rubbing elbows with people, but the process, everything that's involved. There's something very sort of cerebral about his whole approach that like you don't see that in interviews with a lot of, and I'm not shitting on anyone else. A lot of really other great musicians, you don't see that same kind of approach. It's really interesting, just kind of how he's kind of set himself up within music in general, but then two, just across all boards. You're talking hip hop, you're talking rock, you're talking R&B, you're talking any kind of, really any genre. He's had a hand in kind of forming, and that's wild to me. He may be like one of the most important people in music history.
Yeah, hands down. Yeah. Yeah. Every time I watch one of those interviews, I'm like speechless for a little bit. I'm like, what?
Right.
Yeah.
That's you ever hear the story about is it was it I think it was, yeah, it was Chop Suey, which again, System of a Down is another band that comes up a lot here. But I guess I think he was talking to Serge, I'm assuming, and basically like, oh, just grab whatever book off the shelf and flip to whatever page. And so that whole like Father into your hands, that's just like legit from like a random book off a shelf, whatever. And it's like, how do you do that? How do you tell somebody to do that and then have them just like knock it out of the park like that?
Yeah.
You're operating on a completely different level than the rest of us when it comes to this music shit.
Yeah. He's definitely an alien, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see here. Audience is although our timing is a little weird today too. I was gonna say, audience is a little quieter, but we got started a little late. Usually we're kind of wrapping up around this time, and you know what? It's whatever. But yeah, that does kind of make me wonder. I guess. Okay. So here's the thing: if you are Rick Rubin, if you are, one of these kind of seminal figures in the music industry, what's your, I guess, what would your ideal kind of position be as a producer? What would you like to? Who would you like to work with? What artist would you like to sit down and say, okay, we're just gonna make like your magnum opus here?
Oh man, obviously it's like I I know we're gonna go back to what we talk about, who we talk about all the time, but it's like the world needs a Tool album so bad,
Really do.
and
Yeah.
just make one more, just make one more, and if I think it would be, especially now. Like imagine Tool together now. I bet it
Now
would go
more
so.
than ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or God, I wish there was like if I had like a genie and could get like three wishes, one of them would be like, let's get Rage together for one more banger, and then let's just hang it up. Let Tom do whatever he's doing. Um, because like Tom's out there doing real stuff,
Oh
So
yeah.
I would love to see that happen. God, who else would I? Who I would guess I would have to say if I had to pick one because I'll go off on like four or five different tangents here. Um, yeah, I would like to see Rick Rubin. If I was like a Rick Rubin character, I
Yeah.
would get Tool together, and be like, all right, it's time. Like Adam, go make your crazy ass claymation. Get your clay ready. We're putting out another album with like music videos. Like we're gonna do music videos like you used to do in like the '90s, like the 2000s. Let's go.
I kind of feel like, okay, the music video is really a lost art form. Like, obviously, music videos still exist, and you can look them up on YouTube and whatever. And I'd say probably like the last great one that I remember, like, oh, I got to go look this up right now, was shit. What was the Kendrick track off GNX? Not the one with SZA, the Squabble Up. That was a
Oh,
fantastic video, very artistic, but it's not the same. It's not, and maybe it's a question of, or maybe it's a matter of we're older and life is different, whatever, but there was something ritualistic about it before. You'd come home, you'd flip on MTV, or back in the day, this is going to be a deep cut for anyone who grew up in the Bay Area, but if you remember CMC, California Music Channel, which was only on for like a couple hours in the afternoon, and like you'd watch the same videos over and over again, you memorize them, and like it was almost comfort viewing in a way, and
yeah,
that's just not a thing anymore, unfortunately. And like really the videos were a big part of kind of the overall experience, and it does seem like that's unfortunately something that's kind of been lost to time, where it's like, yeah, you got videos now, they're cool, I'll watch them, maybe I'll even watch, like that Kendrick one, I'm sure I've watched a couple of times, but it's not something that you see over and over again. It's not something that leaves that like impact on you. Like we were talking about, was it last time, the Soundgarden Black Hole Sun, where it's like I'm
yeah.
42 years old now, and I still remember being like, how old were we? Maybe like 9 or 10 years old when that came out, and it's like this blew my fucking mind. Like you're not getting that anymore, unfortunately. So there is. It's unfortunate that we don't have the music video. So I do think that would be, yeah, if you were able to get Tool back together for one more album, you'd have to like pick three singles and just like three of the most fire videos of all time. That would just be like, that would probably be a game changing thing right there.
Yeah, someone needs to do it. Like I know it'd have to be on YouTube or something now, but imagine how hard it would go if you could put like the production quality that they used to put in music videos. Like I think I mentioned this before, but like Billie Eilish does legit music videos on YouTube.
Yes.
They're so good too. It's
Yes.
like it's like they're phenomenal. Um, but yeah, it's like I miss that. Same thing. It's like I used to just love coming home from school, like backpack on the floor. TRO Live started when I got home. I was just like, oh man, like
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be the same 20 videos, unless and then, then they would have like a new one, like you had to.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh shit, like
They'd have the
yeah,
countdown for like the premiere on like new videos and stuff.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You had to wait a long time to see that video, but it was always worth it.
Oh, and that was the other part of it. Yeah, it was like, yeah, you'd get home And if you missed like the one video that was like that was the one that made your day, it was like, damn, you got to wait until the next day to see it. But it was almost like appointment viewing or something.
Yeah.
Let's see here. But yeah, Billie Eilish for sure. Just to go back, like, did you see? I think it was on Disney Plus. I could be wrong. It was on one of the streamers where she had done. I'm embarrassed to say I don't know the name of the album. I'm a Billie Eilish fan. I am, but I'm not like that much of a fan where I remember the names of all the albums. One of her newer albums, she had basically done like a live performance, but then they had done like animations over the performance. And so it was like her like driving around LA and like the performance was at the Hollywood Bowl and stuff like that. So it was essentially kind of that where it's like you can tell that like whether it's her, her team, whatever this and that, like they take a lot of care in like the actual presentation, which that's something I respect the hell out of her for. Especially because like it could be the kind of thing where it's like a money grab for her, whatever this and that, but she really seems like a legitimate artist. So yeah, I dig Billie Eilish just for that alone. Like I know a lot of people don't like to, oh, you kids with your new what, and it's like I don't want to be that old guy. Um, but yeah, for sure, I believe it was Disney Plus. Just if you go on Disney Plus, just look up Billie Eilish, and it should be there. If not, just type it into your menu on your TV, the search menu, to tell you what happens on. But let's see here. So Heather wants to know, what song are you embarrassed to know every word to?
Oh, maybe not embarrassed, but I think it surprises people because I definitely know all the words to "Loser" by Beck. Like I could do
Oh
that right.
yeah.
Um, God, something I know all the words to that might be embarrassing. American Pie by Don McLean, maybe. That's not embarrassing. Oh, I don't
No,
know.
that's I'm thinking it's got to be one of those like and I'm sure the kids that I see again, I'm doing the old guy thing, but like I'm sure young people now they have like their drinking songs. It's got to be one of those like drinking songs that like when
Yeah.
everybody was just tore back and like for whatever reason, did this happen like maybe like a teenager, early 20s, whatever, and like somebody would randomly like bust out, start singing, and then like before you know it, everybody's singing along, and it's like, what are we doing here? You guys are a bunch of fucking dorks, but like,
Oh, I know what it's. I definitely know the all the words to "Sweet Caroline" because
oh, for sure. Okay.
that's
Yes.
that's super fucking embarrassing. But you can't go like I used to drink. It's like I talk about it a lot. I've been sober a long time, but it's like you couldn't go to a bar in Indiana at closing time and not hear that stupid ass song. So,
For sure.
so and then I'll talk shit about it, but I'm going to sing it when it comes on. Like
Well,
it's
you kind of have to, yeah.
oh my god. So maybe that's embarrassing.
No, I'd say that's a solid entry right there. I mean, unless you're like a Boston Red Sox fan, which I don't. Red Sox fans, if there's any listening right now, like chime in. Like, is it embarrassing to sing that after game? Oh no, what happened? Oh, I'm back now. Restream. You got to get your shit together, you guys. Like this
Deal.
is this is a lot right now. Um, but yeah, no, Sweet Caroline for sure. Um, hmm.
Can't think of it. I mean, I bet there's something that's I don't think that's embarrassing that probably is.
Which one?
I was just thinking. I bet there's stuff that like other people think just
Oh,
yeah, and I'm just like, oh no, that's not embarrassing. But
I would. I got. There's one that I refuse because I fucking hate the song, but um, it's by the same artist. So the song that I hate is Mr. Brightside, and I refuse to sing along. I probably do know all the lyrics to that, but God, I hate that song. But another Killers track, When You Were Young, that was another one of those drinking songs back in the day when you were out at the bar or whatever. And like, how do people not get beat up for just
oh,
busting
oh
out into a song like that? It
yeah,
did not.
I know a song that has been like it hurts my soul, but it's like same thing at stupid bars. Someone will always play that Buck Cherry song, "Crazy Bitch." I hate that.
Yeah, yeah.
I never hated a song with a deeper passion. Like that song is so dumb. but someone would always play it on a jukebox, and so it's like I try to erase it from my mind, but like I bet I know all the words to that song.
See, that would be another good show topic right there. Is like, what song do you just hate with a passion? Like you hear like the opening chords or whatever, and it's like, nope, instant skip.
That song makes me incredibly angry for some reason.
I mean, Buck Cherry in general. That was definitely a snapshot of a certain time. Oh, I know one. Okay, and I do know all the words to this song because it was on. It was on one of the nows, I think. I'd completely forgotten about it, and I was like shocked to realize that I had remembered all the lyrics. But I don't know if you ever watched Todd in the Shadows on YouTube. He's pretty good.
No.
I think he started as a music reviewer, but now he's just kind of got a channel where he'll talk about like he has a couple different shows, and one of them is One Hit Wonderland. So he'll go over like a random one hit wonder, usually from like the 80s or 90s. And he did Zoot Suit Riot.
Oh,
That's a song that I'm embarrassed to say I know all the lyrics to. But like I said,
yeah.
I think it was on like one of the original Now CDs back in the day. So.
God, that song was like it was catchy, but also I'm just like I heard it once, and then I heard it like five, and then I heard it like 70,000 times, and it's like, oh my god,
It
they
was a
played it.
very strange snapshot in time, that weird like kind of mid to late 90s. There was you had like the Brian Setzer whatever, like for anyone who's listening right now who doesn't know what we're talking about, there was probably a 6 months to a year period in the mid 90s where like swing music, and I'm not talking about like old like fucking, uh like guys doing the Charleston, like no, this was like people making new swing music in the 90s. It sucked. It all sucked. But like it was popular for a second. It really was.
It was a strange time. It was such a
It
strange
was
time.
a very confusing time. But that's okay, but let's think about this for a second. That's what I'm saying. Like I think a lot of 90s nostalgia is a bit misguided. Like would I go back? Yes, compared to, what we've got going on around us now. Yes, but the 90s was not we didn't quite have it as together as people like to pretend
Yeah,
we did now, especially musically. Like you had the Gregorian chants, that was a big one for a second. Now, the one I remember, they had the listening stations at it. First, it was it called Nature Company was the store in the mall, but then even like Target and whatever they'd have, where it was just like sounds of nature. So like you know how nowadays you'll go to like the spa or whatever, and it's like they got like the fake waterfall sounds in there. People just had that in their house apparently.
yeah.
Did people
Whale,
actually buy that shit? So they had that. They had their Gregorian chants. Of course, the
whale,
swing. What
yeah,
else?
whale calls and shit like
The
that.
whale call. Oh my god, yes, the whale calls. Yes. So 90s music definitely, like we've whittled it down to the gems now in hindsight, but it was kind of a crazy scene back in those days if you were there. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's like music was so big. It's like I think they were just like signing everybody.
I think
It
they
was like,
were. I
what
what
the-
was yeah, like what was it like? Well, and I guess maybe that's like the argument for fewer labels. Like, it's
yeah,
very rare that there's an argument where it's like, oh no, less choice is a good thing. But I think that was the thing, was this was before like the conglomerates started buying everyone up. So like anyone with a little bit of money was starting their own record label, and they're just, oh, we're just gonna throw whatever weird shit out there. So
yeah,
yeah. Um, God, I'm sure there were some other like really weird trends that we're missing out on that I can't think of, but we'll remember later on. But
yeah.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. When anyone who wasn't around for it, when you start hearing that '90s nostalgia, just know things were just as weird back then. Like, yeah, we had like less Nazis, and people seemed to have like a little bit more spending power with their dollar. But all in all, it was everyone was just as confused back then as they are now.
Yeah. Yeah. Except, yeah, I was like a teenager, so it was like extra weird. It was just like, what?
Right? Yeah.
Is this just the world?
Oh, Adam, yes, bust out the Pure Moods. Remember the infomercial for Pure Moods?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Oh my god.
So that
Yes,
was
I
the other thing. You'd have these weird random CDs, which I had mentioned Now before. That's where Now started. But you'd have, so like late at night, you'd have these infomercials for like the most random like compilation CDs of
Oh my god.
Pure Moods with what it was like Enya and like
Yeah,
very like
yeah,
ambient whatever. Which hey, I get down with Enya. I'm not, but
yeah.
it's still that was wild. Yes, no. So that was another one for sure. That was God. We may need to. That might be one that we'd have to do a little research on. But just like the weirdest of like the '90s music scene, I think we. I think there might be something there. Just doing our part to kind of dispel the myth that the '90s was the cultural apex.
Yeah, good pull on the pure moods. That's man, that took me back.
Right?
I
I
can
know.
even
Now I'm trying.
I can even remember the TV I had when that infomercial would come on. I had like this like 17-inch Zenith, like with the big dials, like
Oh, nice, nice.
3 a.m. the pure moods, like
Yes.
3 hours of the same infomercial.
That's I had the what was it that everybody was it Magnavox, the one where it was like I swear to God the screen was about as big as an iPad. It must have been a 14-inch and then it had a VCR built in. Everybody had that one in their room. I had that one. And yeah, that was, you're supposed to be asleep. You got school in the morning, whatever. Flipping through the channels and the Pure Moods ad comes on. It's like, all right, it's bedtime, you guys.
Hell yeah. I'm having a flood of memories from hearing pure moods. I was usually stoned, and then I should have been.
Right? Oh, okay. So speaking of which, this one, do you remember the movie The Ring? The first commercials for it where it was just the video from The Ring.
Oh yeah.
So I was working the second shift, the late shift at Albertsons at the time. I was a bagger, which that was one of the worst jobs I ever had in my life. Be nice to the kids bagging your groceries, please. There's just so many abusive assholes at the grocery store. But I was a bagger at Albertsons. I'd come home, it'd be about 11:30, 12 at night. Yeah, usually everybody's sitting around after work, passing the J around or whatever, this and that. Get home stoned, turn on the TV. It's that fucking commercial for The Ring, and it's like the whole house is dark. I'm like, there's nobody up, so I can't be like, is anybody else seeing this? It's like the weirdest shit, and it's like, what is going on right now? So for that reason alone, The Ring has always been like one of my favorite horror movies, and it's less to do with the movie and more just how that commercial scared the crap out of me when I was about 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, those commercials were crazy. I was like, I don't even think I had like a regular phone then. I sure as hell wouldn't be answering one after.
Right. Yeah, we still had house phones in those days. Could you imagine like if your phone would have just started ringing after that? It's like, no.
Nope, not answering that.
No. Let's see here. Oh, and then Adam also mentioned, going back to our music videos here, growing up in the 80s, music vids were everything. Peter Gabriel and Genesis videos, etc. Now it's YouTube and concert. Yes, the Sledgehammer video, come on. That is a work of art right there.
That is a pure work of art. Yeah,
Absolutely. Now,
yeah.
okay, here's the question. Peter Gabriel Genesis or Phil Collins Genesis? Which is weird because they're very similar, but I think there's enough like notable differences that
See, I want to say Peter Gabriel because of the Sledgehammer video.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
But all due respect to Phil Collins, obviously.
Yes. Oh no, and that yeah, that's I don't think you can really go wrong with either.
But yeah, God, that music video was really good. I always, how many times do you think of the "Take on Me" video by?
That was another aha. Yes.
Uh-huh.
That was another great video, absolutely. Or you know which one I discovered like way later, like after it was like a thing, which I would have loved as a kid, and I don't know why I just always missed it. But you ever seen the video for Rocket by Herbie Hancock?
No, is it?
It's these weird little like robot things like walking around, and it's very like avant-garde for the time, especially considering it's just kind of this jazzy, whatever. But it's like the video blew my mind. I think I was probably a teenager. Somebody showed it to me. It's like, wait, how have I missed this whole time? But that's
I'm not
another one that like. But that was the peak era of music videos, no doubt at all. Oh, and our friends at Real Land, if you're looking for a really high quality, both whey and vegan protein, check out Real Land. That is a plug. These guys are awesome. Said join the stream at an incredible time. Yes, you did, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having vegan protein powder.
Yes. And that's the thing. That's, now I'm going to go off on a tangent here, but, as somebody, I'm not a vegan, but as somebody who definitely has, how do we put this without turning people off, stomach issues from certain dairy products, vegan is the way to go with your protein powders. And I do take whey protein as well, but yeah, like anybody who's making vegan protein, and especially with the price of whey going through the roof right now, should all be switching to vegan, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Adam's got Take On Me, cover by Real Big Fish. Oh, I didn't know that. Did you know they had a cover? So it combines 90s fat of ska and a solid cover.
So Real Big
that was another 90s music movement.
Yeah. Real Big Fish did a cover of Take On Me.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm adding that to the list.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I didn't mind Real Big Fish though. I mean, God, maybe I didn't give them their due.
Here's the thing. I don't know. It seems like you had a lot of ska bands that like kind of crossed over into other things. Ska seemed like it was a launching board for like. Do you remember Sugar Ray was a ska band for a second?
Yeah. And the first Sugar Ray album, like the one that I was introduced to before like whatever they became, was like it went hard. It was actually pretty good. But then that made me think of another cover just now. Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm.
Oh, yes.
Dude, that music first, okay, and going back to a phenomenal music video.
Absolutely.
It was so good. And they did like little like Easter eggs or like towards Michael Jackson, not Easter eggs.
Yeah, like the sidewalk lighting up. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video now.
Yeah, the music video is really good. And like I feel like, I mean, is it better than Michael Jackson? I mean, I don't know, but it was like really good.
It's one of those, I don't even know that you can't say better, but it's just so different that like
it was so different. It's like they did it as like an homage, like
there you go. That's exactly what it was. It almost, it didn't feel like a cover in the traditional sense. It was almost more of a tribute to Michael Jackson. And like you said, when you throw in the kind of iconography in the video and everything, it became more than just a cover. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So yeah, that'll go. Oh yeah, and I was gonna update everybody where we're at with the playlist.
Yes, that's right.
We are at, our goal was 75 hours for the year. We're 6 months. I think we're 6 months in. We're 6 months in. We've got 75 hours, 34 minutes, and 25 saves. So we're like way ahead for time than like where we were last year, like by a long shot.
Oh no, that's absolutely incredible. That's I think what's the goal? What's the new goal? 200 hours? You think we can hit 200 by the end of the year?
Let's go for 2.
Let's go for 2. I think we can do it. So everybody listening, you know the link. You know where to find it, and we'll I'll make sure that I add something to RTB stories on IG just in case. But yeah, just jump in, add your favorites. We got to get this thing up to 200 hours.
It's titled 2026 Everyday Athlete Podcast Playlist. That's a lot of words, but
it's a lot of words, but you can do it. We believe in you. I still think there's got to be something that we can tie into like hustle. like pick like the top 8 hours somehow. I'm not quite sure how we do it because again, that's going to be a subjective thing. But like we've got to have like a hustle soundtrack within the Everyday Athlete playlist.
I did do one last year, and they got filled out quick. I was just like, hey, and I think I put it on like Strava because I'll do it again, but I'll start a Strava group for Hustle. But I had a playlist just for Hustle Heart Rate. Sorry, about to sneeze, but
Oh no,
the pollen count's like 5 million. Uh,
no.
but so I will do that again, and it was cool that everybody like I was just like, hey, don't put anything too terrible on here because there will be like families at this thing. And for the most part, everyone understood the assignment, and we had like 12 hours of music for it. Which,
Nice, nice. So yeah, maybe like the most like risque stuff, or save your like horrorcore or your like really angry whatever. Not saying you can't put it on the regular playlist, but like when the hustle one opens up, just keep in mind, yeah, there's gonna be families there. It's we're obviously not the most prudish around here, but at the same time, it's
yeah,
we
I was
all
like,
we exercise discretion.
somebody put like a Disturbed song on there. It was like that one where he's like screaming about his mom or whatever. And I was just like, all right, there's like a 7-year-old right here. I was like,
Well, and Disturbed sucks anyway. So.
yeah, true, true. I saw them live one time, and he was like so trash. Like it was just like he slurred for like an hour. I was just like, oh my god, that's what I get. That's what
That's
I
like
get.
always the worst, isn't it? Because it's like, here's my thing. Again, I'm not gonna be like Mr. Prudish or whatever, but like, if you like can't get through a show without being just like so fucked up that I can't recognize what song you're performing, maybe it's time to you got the money. Go check into a facility.
Yeah.
We'll see you in like 6 months to a year. You know what I'm
Like
saying? Just postpone this shit.
seeing part of it, it's like if they're like a little bit, it's like, oh, that's rock and roll. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
I saw STP, and Scott Weiland was like, RIP, obviously. It was just like you could tell he was on a different planet, but it's like they still put on like a hell of a show. I
Yeah,
mean,
which yeah, that's total. That's more than cool because, like you said, that's rock and roll. But yeah, you get to a point where it's I one of my favorite, but also most problematic groups of all time is Crystal Castles, and that's I still when people say what's the worst show you ever saw, unfortunately it was them. Alice Glass was just so, and I've seen like footage of other concerts and stuff, and like she got down, and obviously she was going through some shit at the time she was in the band, and she's just sitting there like got the bottle of JMO in one hand and the mic in the other one, and it's like, yeah, that's fucking badass. Not to glorify that sort of thing, but it's like you're badass for that. But like when you're like literally like stumbling around, like rolling around on the stage, and like I don't know what song you're doing, like this isn't fun for anyone, and you're embarrassing yourself. Can we not?
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. But I guess on that note, I would say, we had a very successful viewer mail session here. I appreciate everyone's submissions,
Yeah.
everybody who kind of joined in with the live and everything. And I my apologies for us experiencing a little technical difficulties there in the beginning, getting the show started a little bit late. But again, that's we're live. It's we're a little off the cuff here, especially at What's in Your Earbuds. So I'd say overall we've had a very successful What's in Your Earbuds Monday. I'm already looking forward to the next one. We're gonna have to brainstorm some really fun topics for next Monday. I think we've got a couple seeds planted already that we will undoubtedly go over in the group chat throughout the course of the week.
Yeah. We ended up with like 22 songs from this episode, so
Nice.
I've been, I've been hit or miss lately on adding what we talk about to the playlist. That's kind of on me, but I'll try to do better.
Dude, come on. It's not like you have a whole lot of free time though, so
True.
no, anything that you're doing is icing on the cake at this point. I kind of feel like with your current workload. So we definitely appreciate you being the steward of the playlist 1,000,000%. But yeah, other than that, do you have anything to add to or anything to say to the audience before we head out tonight?
just thanks for chiming in. Like, like Santina mentioned, we were like 40 minutes late, so hopefully that didn't, you know, yeah. So thank you, whoever stuck around and tuned in because we were late. So thank you.
Yeah, no, 1,000,000%. Thank you all for rocking with us. And we will see you again next. Oh, almost forgot the most important thing now. If you're listening to this on whatever your favorite podcast platform is, or if you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're on your Apple Pod, Spotify, whatever, make sure you give us that 5-star rating. Anything less than a 5-star, if you feel like that's what we deserve, reach out, DM Run Try Mag on IG. Let us know what's up. We will take your suggestions into consideration. But yeah, if we haven't earned a 5-star in your eyes, let us know why, and we'll work on that for you. But if we have, give us that 5-star. And until then, we'll catch up with you next week, next Monday on What's in Your Earbuds. We don't know the topic yet, but it's going to be a good one for sure. And I guess if that's the case, there's nothing left except for Joe's famous sign off.
Yeah. See ya.